It's everyone's favorite girl gamer, Loren the Fox, aka the Fox Tato, and I'm here with one of my rant videos. So, before we get started, I think that you guys need to know a little bit about me and my situation. So, I'm going to make a disclaimer for any of my friends or family members that know me personally. Excuse me. And this video is not meant to offend. It's not meant to, try and be rude or anything of that sort, whatever. Anyway, my boyfriend has a child with another woman that he found out about whenever him and I were dating. About maybe 6 months into the relationship, we found out that he had a child with someone else. They did a paternity test. The child is his. The child is a big part of our lives. He comes over to our house. My boyfriend and I have this apartment that's behind me. We have him every weekend and every chance we get, and we love having him. He makes our house really bright. He makes me really happy. And I am trying to be a good influence and a good role model to this kid. And I'm also trying not to step on anybody's toes while I do it. So it's a difficult situation. Blended families are tedious. And I try to maintain a good, healthy level of respect for his mother and my boyfriend and his mother's husband. So I am trying very hard to make sure that I don't, piss anyone off with this video, because he's not really what the video is about. So, anyway, from the outside looking in, I went to bring this kid to get his haircut. And, I talked to his dad first, and I was just like, hey, your work. And, Connor really needs his haircut, so I'm going to take him. Is it okay? And he's like, yeah, sure, whatever. So he's like, okay. So I was going to bring him to Walmart because, he's not even 2. So, we don't really need to bring him to, a hair salon and spend, $40 on a kid's haircut. So, he said, yeah, that's fine. So I took him in, and to the ladies that are in the hair salon, I probably looked like just the normal, young mom or whatever, bringing her kid in to go get a haircut. And this woman told me it'll be 15 minutes. And I said, okay, cool. So she said, you can have a seat. So I sat down. I'm playing with him. We're, having fun and laughing and chilling out. And there's no more customers in the salon. And I was just like, okay, well, they're probably taking, a little break or something. There's, 3 girls that work there. One of them is getting off of work, so I'm like, okay, they're taking a break. And then the other one came out and started talking on her cell phone. And they started, just conversing. And I was like, okay, kid's here. He needs his haircut. His attention span is really not that long. He's a child, they're moving. He's a year and a half old. He wants to get up and go play. He doesn't want to sit here and wait for you. So it's been 20 minutes now, and I looked at her and I'm just like, okay, say, excuse me, how much longer is it going to be? She goes, oh, just give me a minute. I'm like, okay. And I was about to get up whenever these other 2 moms came in, and they both had their kids. And the stylist immediately sits the kids down in the chairs and starts cutting their hair. Now, here's the messed up part about it. Whenever I asked her, I'm like, why are you cutting these kids' hair and not mine? My kid's been here for 30 minutes. Why aren't you cutting his hair? And she goes, well, little black boy's hair is easier to cut than little white boys. Excuse you? Racist much? If this would have been a reverse and I would have been a black person bringing my kid in there and they cut the white kid's hair first, can you imagine how many, big, racially aware supporters would have been out there? I was like, you know what? I'm going to take my wrong-colored kid somewhere else to go get his haircut because I don't want you touching him. I have 0 problems with a person of a different race or ethnicity cutting my hair or cutting my boyfriend's kid's hair or cutting my boyfriend's hair. I get my nails done. They're by Asian, some kind of Asian. I don't ever ask because I'm not a dumbass. But like they talk in their language while they're doing my nails and I don't care. I've got a I've got two stylists that work over at the hair salon where I go get my hair cut. And one of them is black and then one of them is God, I think she's some kind of Hispanic, but I don't remember. But I don't discriminate against these people and they don't discriminate against me because we look different. And I'm like, this is not the message that I want to send to any child that I have with me, whether it's my godson, whether it's my friend's son, or whether it's my son. Which, I mean, whenever you are in a blended family, I do have to treat Connor like he's mine simply because I love him. This is a child that is in my house, and I'm going to spend time with him, and I'm going to treat him like he's mine because it's not fair to him if I don't. He sees me and his dad playing with him and together, and if I treat him any differently, then it's not only saying something to everybody else about me, but it's also saying something about my boyfriend. Like, whenever you're in a blended family, you act like a family. And I'm planning on being in this child's life for the rest of his life. So, I don't want to teach him that just because someone looks different than you, or talks different than you, or speaks in a different language than you, it doesn't mean that you get to be mean to them and discriminate against them. At all. I don't care what ethnicity, what race, what religion, what you claim as your sexual orientation. It does not give anybody the right to be ugly to you. And it really pissed me off. I mean, racism is very much alive in this country, and it's kind of pathetic. It really is. I go to college with people from all over the world, and most of the time, I don't ever see any racism at school. I mean, we're not even just talking about, oh, well, don't say the N-word. Okay, it's a word. All right? It's very disrespectful. It's like calling a woman a bitch. There are instances where my girlfriends and I will joke around. I'm just like, hi, bitch, what the fuck? But you don't call someone that in a derogatory sense. People need to learn to treat each other with respect. Whether it's a stranger on the street or your family and friends. You need to treat people like they matter. And I was very upset that this child that I have with me, had he been older and able to understand that, would have seen that other people will treat you differently because of the way that you look. Racism is something that is taught. It is not something that people grow up automatically knowing. My godson went to the zoo with me and my friend and her kid, and we were actually sitting back and letting them play on the playground and letting them run around and be kids, because they're 3. They're kids. They're at the age where they want to run around and be wild and be crazy and have a good time. And it was my special day with my godson because I don't get to see him very often. So I went and I picked up my friend, I picked up her and her kid, and then I picked up my godson. And my friend is black, and her son is black, and Caleb did not know any different. He just knew that there was another kid there, which shows that his dad is raising him not to look at other kids and other people and go, ew, that kid's black. Okay, so the kid's black. Big freaking deal. He's a kid. This is something that you have to teach your children. If you want your kids not to be racist bigots, then you teach your kids that it is not okay for you to look at someone else and say that you don't like them because of the way that they look. So, parents, I'm speaking to you. Please, teach your children that it is okay to look different, to talk different, to be a different sexual orientation whenever they're old enough. Don't teach them that too soon. You use your judgment. And parents, people, even if you're not a parent, just don't be an asshole. Like, whenever you're out places and you see somebody that's a different color than you, don't be an asshole. I don't care what color you are specifically, whether you're white, black, Asian, Latin American, or any of the others that are around here. Just don't be an asshole. So, this has been Lauren the Fox's rant. I basically just, I felt the need to say something about it. I felt like I was being discriminated against. I felt, very, very offended by it. But the ending of the story, I took him to go get his hair cut at one of my mom's friends' hair places. And, I mean, guess what? It was a black lady that cut his hair. You know what she said about my wrong-colored kid? That he was absolutely adorable and that he was playful, he was happy, he didn't scream and yell and fight and throw a big fit. And she said even if he had, he's a year and a half old kid. He's a kid. That's what they do. They're scared. They don't know what the hell this is. We're adults. We understand we have to get our hair cut. You can't explain that to a toddler. You can't explain that to an infant. My 3-year-old godson still hates getting his hair cut, and he's 3. And actually, Connor fell asleep on me, like, before she even got started. They put the little thing around his neck, and then he just went and fell asleep. So, anyway, I think that they did a better job than the people at Walmart would have anyway. So, thank you guys for listening. This has been Lauren the Fox, a.k.a. the Fox Tato, with her rant. I'm going to give a shout out to Lander09. He's doing a Far Cry Primal Let's Play series. My new episode of Hermitcraft will be up, and I've got some big news for you guys. I have a really special event in my next episode of Hermitcraft, and I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, leave one of your stories that you've had personally, happen to you if you've ever been discriminated against, what you did to resolve it, and some of your beliefs on this, because I'm an open-minded person. I would like to hear what you guys think about this. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, wonderful weekend, evening, however it is that you're watching this video. And this is Lauren the Fox saying peace.